A bill to make Idaho parents their own kids' driving instructor is one step closer to becoming a law. Last week, the bill passed in the House with overwhelming support.
The bill's sponsor, Republican Representative Ron Mendive, says House Bill 133 is meant to help families who live far from a driving school. But a rural driving instructor tells us it sacrifices safety for convenience.
Right. Andrew Bartline talked to the West Jefferson School District driving instructor today. Andrew, this bill is really designed to help people who live in remote areas like that school district.
And it absolutely could. Dean Erickson isn't discounting that. There's a reason this bill made it out of the House and into the Senate Transportation Committee. But without a few additions to the bill, he's afraid the lack of regulation will lead to unsafe drivers and unsafe roads. 1 year behind the wheel with kids young as 14 and a half years old, that can teach you a lot.
They're pretty immature to understand the responsibility of driving.
14 and a half is the minimum age to receive a driving learner's permit in Idaho and start driving school.
Kids that mistaken the gas pedal for the brake when they're supposed to be slowing down, and we were able to counteract that with our brake.
An emergency brake on the passenger side of the car is just one of several tools driving schools use to stay safe, alongside clearly marked cars. But House Bill 133 wants to let parents teach their own kids driver's ed. It's to help families that live far away from a driving school. But those opposing the bill have concerns, mostly around the bill's safety requirements.
The parents will not necessarily have those same requirements. Is that correct?
The gentleman from 5.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That is correct.
Representative Mendive says students learn by doing, and parental involvement is the most important factor for a kid learning how to drive. Parents are legally liable for their student drivers.
The parents already have a lot of skin in this game. This is not just something that you do and then you're done with it. Parents are involved regardless, even if you hire someone else to do this.
But this bill applies to everyone in Idaho, not just rural families.
They should have to verify that they're so many miles away from this course to benefit from the rural participation of it.
Dean Erickson suggests lawmakers increase the minimum age of a parent-taught learner's permit and add a clause that requires a clearly marked car for a student driver.
It's not like you can't go on Amazon and buy a placard for 25 bucks that says student driver. We're not requiring that in the bill for the parents so that other vehicles can go, there's a student driver there. It's not that difficult to add those things, but we're not doing that.
Representative Mendive says a parent-taught driving student could use an online driver's ed course through the Idaho Digital Learning Alliance. That's a $75 course, and he says that could replace that classroom experience that students normally get through a driving school. Erickson 100% agrees. However, this bill does not require that. If the student can pass the necessary state tests and log those necessary hours, under this bill, they can get a driver's license, and the bill is currently in the Senate Transportation Committee.
And is it too late for them to add anything to the bill like he's suggesting?
So they could amend the bill, and if they were to do that, then the House would have to agree with them. I can't think of the proper language right now, but the House floor would have to say, we agree with the Senate's decision.
Got it.
All right.
All right, well, look out for that, Andrew. Thank you.